So imagine like this, it's done in the country Kenya and the single people wake up to the sound of helicopters slicing through the skies. Moments later, armed officers descend, torching the people's homes and erasing thousands of generations of history in flames. But why is that? Because a Western-backed carbon offset project claimed their land, destroying the very own people who had safeguarded it going on for centuries. So I ask you this, is it truly about saving the environment or is it just simply colonialism getting rebranded as climate action? At its core, carbon markets operate on a dangerous premise where polluters they can buy the rights to keep polluting as long as they offset emissions elsewhere. At first glance, it sounds reasonable, but underneath the surface lies a harsh truth. You see, instead of reducing emissions, corporations outsource their guilt, shifting the burden towards the world's most vulnerable. But let's be honest, does paying to pollute stop pollution, or does it simply to excuse the rich while the powerless suffer? This is not new, and in fact, centuries ago, colonial empires seized lands, resources, and everything from the global south under the guise of development. Today, the same exploitation repeats, only now it's disguised as climate policy. And if we take countries like in Kenya, indigenous communities are forcibly displaced with carbon projects that they never consented to. In India, biodiverse forests have now been replaced with sterile trees, devastating the country's ecosystems. In Brazil, the farmers are coerced into selling their land, losing not just their property, but also their future. The message is clear, the global south must sacrifice so the global north can continue its business as usual. And here's the kicker, carbon markets don't even work. And instead, if you take oil giants like Shell and BP, they proudly declare themselves as carbon neutral. But are they? Instead of cutting emissions, they keep buying their way out, funneling billions into flawed and unregulated offset schemes. Many are scientifically dubious, exaggerated, or outright fraudulent. This isn't climate action, this is a loophole, this is a smokescreen, and if we keep continuing like this down the path, climate change won't be slowed down, it will accelerate. So what are the real solutions? Corporations must cut emissions at the source. No more buying their way out, no more loopholes. Renewables, strict carbon limits, systematic changes, no financial shortcuts are what we actually need. True climate justice is not about who can afford to pollute, it's about whether we have the courage to change. Carbon markets are just a distraction and an illusion. The time for actions is now, the time for illusions is over. Thank you.